If you were told that something was going to hurt, would you feel pain? What if you were told that something was going to feel pleasurable? Would you then feel pleasure? This is what we're talking about today, the amazing power of your mind over your body, how your beliefs and expectations can actually change the way you experience reality. We'll discuss what happens in your brain when you take a pill that does not have any active ingredients, but just the expectation that it will work. Because here's the thing, your body produces its own natural painkillers and mood elevators, but they only get released when your brain expects some sort of change. And we're going to talk about how to trigger those changes naturally without having to rely on pharmaceutical drugs or surgery. So let's get started. The human brain is an incredible organ and it's capable of some truly amazing things. For example, did you know that the power of suggestion alone can trigger the release of your brain's natural feel-good chemicals? Let me explain. When you're given a pill that's supposed to help you feel better, your brain starts to anticipate the change that it's supposed to happen. If you're taking a painkiller, for example, your brain knows that it needs to reduce the amount of pain signals being sent to it, so it starts producing more endorphins, which are natural painkillers. Or if you're given an antidepressant, your brain knows that it needs to increase the levels of serotonin and other neurotransmitters that regulate your mood, so it starts producing more of these chemicals. Now, here's the kicker. The same thing can happen even if you're given a pill that doesn't have any active ingredients at all. A study published in the journal Pain found that people who were given a sugar pill along with instructions to expect pain relief experienced significantly more pain reduction than those who were given no pill at all. The researchers concluded that the power of suggestion alone was enough to trigger the release of endorphins and other pain-relieving chemicals in the body. Now, that's pretty amazing. But it gets even better. Another study published in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine found that people who were given a placebo pill along with psychotherapy were more likely to see improvements in their symptoms than those who received only psychotherapy alone. This suggests that simply believing that you're receiving treatment can actually improve your health outcomes. But why does this happen? Well, there are a few different theories. One is that when you believe you're taking a medication, you start to feel its effects because your brain expects them. This is called the nocebo effect, and it's the negative side effect of the placebo effect. For example, if you're given a pill and told that it might cause nausea, you might start to feel nauseous even if the pill doesn't have any side effects. The other theory is that the placebo effect is a real biological response to the expectation of change. When you take a pill, your brain starts to anticipate the change that it's supposed to happen. This triggers the release of your brain's natural feel-good chemicals, which actually produce the desired effect. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it means that the power of your mind is incredibly powerful, and that your beliefs and expectations can have a major impact on your health and well-being. It also means that you don't necessarily need to rely on medication or other forms of treatment to feel better. Sometimes the power of belief alone is enough to trigger the release of your brain's natural healing chemicals and improve your symptoms. How do you harness the power of the placebo effect? Well, it starts with your mindset. You need to believe that whatever you're doing is going to make you feel better. This can be difficult if you've tried multiple treatments without success, but it's important to keep a positive attitude and focus on the potential benefits rather than the risks. Here are some additional tips to consider. First, make sure you have a clear understanding of what you're taking or doing. If you're not sure how something is supposed to work, you're less likely to believe in its effectiveness. Second, be patient. The placebo effect can take time to kick in. Don't expect to feel immediate results. And third, don't give up. If something doesn't work right away, try something else. There are many different things you can try, so don't settle for the first thing that doesn't work. Remember that the placebo effect is a real biological response to the expectation of change. When you take a pill, your brain starts to anticipate the change that it's supposed to happen. This triggers the release of your brain's natural feel-good chemicals, which actually produce the desired effect. One of the most effective ways to trigger the placebo effect is through visualization. Visualization is a technique where you close your eyes and imagine yourself experiencing the desired outcome. For example, if you want to feel less pain, you might visualize yourself relaxing and feeling calm. If you want to feel happier, you might visualize yourself smiling and laughing. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology found that cancer patients who participated in a daily visualization and imagery therapy session experienced less pain and distress than those who did not receive the therapy. The researchers concluded that the power of visualization is a real phenomenon that can have a significant impact on pain and symptom management. Another technique that can be used to trigger the placebo effect is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a practice where you focus your attention on the present moment without judgment. You might focus on your breath or on the sounds around you. You might also try to bring your attention back to the present moment whenever you notice that you're thinking about the past or the future. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that mindfulness-based stress reduction can reduce the symptoms of anxiety and depression in cancer patients. The researchers concluded that mindfulness meditation is an effective treatment for reducing stress and improving quality of life in people with serious illnesses. While these techniques can be helpful, it's important to remember that they're not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment. If you're struggling with a health issue, please reach out to a qualified healthcare provider. They can help you develop a treatment plan that is right for you, and they can also provide support and guidance as you try different techniques. There are many different things that can trigger the placebo effect, and it's important to find what works best for you. Some people might respond well to visualization, while others might prefer mindfulness meditation. Some people might find that simply taking a pill makes them feel better, even if it's a placebo pill. It's all about finding what works best for you and what you believe is going to help you feel better. Let's recap what we've covered in this video. The placebo effect is a real phenomenon that can have a significant impact on your health and well-being. It's triggered by your beliefs and expectations, and it can lead to the release of your brain's natural feel-good chemicals. You can harness the power of the placebo effect by using visualization, mindfulness meditation, and other techniques. However, it's important to seek professional medical advice if needed. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you for watching.